What up? It's Jimmy from odds.com. This is a clip from our big NCAA opening lines, early leans show that we shoot every Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern. To watch the entire show, just hit the link on the bottom of the screen. It's available exclusively on odds.com. Let's keep rolling. Brooks Stadium, Conway, South Carolina, 54 Fahrenheit, mostly sunny, 8 miles per hour. This is a game that Connor Mack has his eye on. Liberty came off their first loss of the season, 15-14, at NC State by delivering a 45-0 beatdown at home over lowly Massachusetts. Coastal Carolina train just keeps on rolling. Coming off a 49-14 win at Texas State, they're now outscoring their opposition by an average of 21.9 points per game. It is fun to watch this team roll. Let's see what we are dealing with from a market perspective. This is a 2 p.m. start here in Liberty, Coastal Carolina. Coastal Carolina now ranked 14th in the country, and Liberty back on the board at number 25. Coastal Carolina opening up at 6.5-point favorites. That moves to 7. This total sitting at 57. CMac, take it away, my man.
Yeah, I mean, two good teams. Last year, Coastal was the team I was on, and they've continued it this year. Liberty's been the team. I don't know, I'm sure everyone in here, I bet on both teams, made a lot of money with them. I love Coastal. I can't believe I'm going to say it because every week they've won and covered, but Liberty's 7-0 in its last 7. I got to take 7 points here with Liberty. Just think it's too many. I don't know. Maybe it goes up. People are loving Coastal Carolina, but I think Liberty might get some love too. I doubt it goes up more, but it's 7 right now. I think Liberty hangs in there. I think this is a good one, and I lean towards the under a little bit, the 57.5. I know Coastal wants to slow it down. I don't really like that. I just want the 7 points with Liberty here. That's all I'm on.
I'd be curious to hear what Nolly has to say about this, but we'll continue in the order that we were in. Rob Murray says Liberty will lose by at least 14. The real Jolly Roger said I've been betting Coastal at 6.5. You know it will get to 9. Let's hear what our man John Ryan has to say about this. We have CMac on Liberty we have CMac on Liberty.
I like Liberty, yeah. I'm going to wait. If it goes higher, I'm going to, yeah.
Liberty at +7 and is waiting. And we also have him interested in this.
Yeah, I might look at the under.
Interested in the under. We have Fap Win in our chat. And Fap Win, out of Australia, he comes in the chat and he almost always just delivers a winner and pops out. It's uncanny. He's a huge asset to us. And he loves the over in this spot. Let's hear what John Ryan has to say. Liberty, Coastal Carolina.
Well, I just ran a quick database query, and I asked it, what happens when you have two teams that have won at least 5 in a row against the number facing each other? And the answer is that the home team is 3-7 against the spread. So a bit of a small sample size, but, I just had I'm just curious to find out what it was. I don't really think there's too much statistical meaning in that other than what the result is. Working for Coastal Carolina in this game, though, is a system going 68% winners since 2000. And this is one, I think I probably mentioned this one every single week on our show. You're going to play against road underdogs, 3.5, 9.5, off a win by 10 or more points to a conference rival, and coming off at least 3 consecutive wins to conference rivals. And that supports Coastal Carolina. But in all honesty, I'm very confused on this game. They're both really good feel-good stories in 2020 COVID. You want to see these Cinderella teams just keep winning and winning and winning, but one of them's going to have to go home, a loser.
Yeah.
So,
I'm really bugging it because I haven't gone against Coastal all year, but I've watched Liberty. I just think it's a little, right here. I think it's a little too many, and it might go up more.
John, do you think you're going to make anything official at this point?
No, right now I see it completely neutral. The power ratings come in at 4, which is pretty much where the market is. And even on the total, if I was forced to bet the total or bet this game at all, my lean would be to the under.
So we have 2 leans from CMac and John Ryan towards the under. Let's take it to the man who wants to bet unders. Does this make your card, Nolly?
This is a tough one. I think it's gonna be a great game. I think as a fan, I'm excited. John Ryan alluded to it a little bit, the feel good stories of these teams. I'm really rooting for Coastal Carolina to finish off that undefeated season. If to be honest, I'm more of a fan of the Sun Belt. But Liberty has done some great things, and what you've seen defensively, they've been able to step it up. They were giving up a ton of yards and a ton of points earlier in the season. And for here, Coastal Carolina, we've been talking about their defense and how good they've been physically up front. But this is one of their biggest tests, if not their biggest test. When you talk about an offensive team in Liberty, probably the best offense they've seen all year. Yeah, Appalachian State, but still Appalachian State hasn't been putting up points the way Liberty has. These are two teams that like to run the ball a lot. You look at Liberty 45 times a game. You look at Coastal Carolina 43 times a game, but still averaging over 5 yards a rush. So they succeed at the rush. So the total I think may be a little bit high, but it's tough because I expect this game to go back and forth. So who's to say? And in the second half of the game, I expect maybe to creep over. I think it'll be close. To me, I think Coastal Carolina ends up winning this game, but laying the 7, I wouldn't do that. I just want to watch this as a fan. I think this is going to be a good one, but no move for me. So
All right. So we have CMac going to bet against his Chanticleers. Liberty +7 is available, but CMac going to wait. And I agree with that idea. Interested in the under. So is John Ryan. No move for John Ryan. There we have it. That is a Connor Mack look for Saturday's action.